Are we live on Facebook yet?
We are. It says you are live.
We are live on
We're
Facebook.
live and in color. All right. So I don't know if we should do like everyone else do. Hey, let's wait till people jump in the room, or should we just start and then let them come in? What do you think?
Tell me how you're doing today. Just tell me how you're doing today, and while we're just greeting each other, we can give each other time.
Today has been a great day. I actually met with my team this morning by Zoom. We do Zoom calls every morning. And I was able to get a lot of work done. I reached out to some clients. I even got some clients. And I was able to go over our outline for our live today. So that could be comfortable. I took a slight nap because I woke up at 6. I worked out, starting a new routine, and I was like, there's no way I'm going to have good energy on this live if I don't take a nap. So I had to take a nap. So how was your day?
My day has been productive.
Nice.
I like to be, what they say, not just busy, but I really like to be productive. So my day was a productive day. This was definitely on my agenda today to kind of like greet everyone, to kind of let them know, what's out here as far as credit, and you, my partner, as far as real estate. So I'm just happy to be here today and spread a wealth of knowledge of what's going on in our partnering industries.
Awesome. I love it. And I just looked on Facebook and I see us. So there we go. All right.
Look at you, Miss Techno.
No, that is not me. I'm trying though. That's not me.
Yeah.
So we have come together to, like Yardyn said, give a little bit more information to our clients and to the public about what we do and how our industries connect to get our clients to the goals that they have set. So this live is about sharpening your home buying skills and credit tips for your credit and how the credit plays an important part in purchasing a home. So to my right, on my computer, is Miss Yardyn Graham. She is the guru of credit. I actually found Yardyn kind of a little of a funny story. She was making
two funny stories.
Two? All right, I'll tell one. She was making a post about credit and how credit affects her clients and how well she saw them doing with getting everything that they needed to take care of done. So I hopped on her post and I was like, oh my God, I'm a realtor. I can help your people if they're looking for houses. And then she was like, hold up, wait a minute. This is my post. And I was like, my bad. You know what? I apologize. So that was how we kind of connected. But ever since, it's been an amazing collab.
Journey.
And I'm so glad that we had
connected.
that connection, because anyone else, it could have gone left, but because of who we are, we were able to make it work, and we've created a great partnership. So I guess you can tell the other story. So what's the other story?
We actually found out that we were connected more than what we thought we were connected, because we actually have the same high school that we graduated from. Because isn't it ironic? Like full circle all the way around, like cool. Like, hey.
And we were a year apart,
so
right?
That's the second funny story.
And we graduated a year apart. So
a year apart. Yep, a year apart.
So it was just destined. It was in the stars.
Yes. Yes.
Great. All right. So, Yardyn, tell us a little bit about who you are and what you do.
So, everyone, my name is Yardyn Graham. I am your go-to person for everything dealing with credit. So, I've been doing credit for about 10 years. I've been 4 to 5 years in business. That's my summary of where I started. I actually started in when I was in my teens, I was so preoccupied with credit? And if I do this, how is this going to increase the credit score? And if I do this, very analytical in terms of credit, what would drive an increase and what would drive a decrease. So later on, it became a career to me, something that I have been doing for over 10 years or so. So that's how I came into credit, and that's what I do right now for my occupation.
Nice. So tell us a little bit more about your why.
See, my why is something I'm very, very passionate about. And it's about bringing financial knowledge to people. It's about creating legacies. It's about being more aware and knowledgeable in credit to be able to have the leisure, have the pleasure, have the privilege of being a homeowner. It's about, being able to not always having the limit of a car. It's about being able to have a car that you can be able to afford and enjoy with the beauty and the privilege of having great credit. It's about using credit to be able to open up lines of businesses. It's much more than credit. It's about credit so you don't have to be, attacked or pretty much bamboozled into things like predatory lending because you have your good credit that you can stand up on and you can pretty much demand the best. I mean, the prime rates because you're entitled to that due to your credit. So, I'm so passionate about credit. I mean, this is what I love to do. I love to see everyone happy about the fruits of our labors because everything dealing with me in terms of my clients is a partnership. So I just love to see how rewarding my career has been.
Nice. So how do you service your clients?
Okay. So the way that I service my clients, number one, it's kind of mixed up about 3 or 4 different parts. Number one, we challenge their mindset. Number one, we challenge their mindset, having them know it's a thorough process, what's needed, pretty much setting the standard. That's how the first thing I do with my clients. A lot of my clients are first time homeowners, they're millennials, and they haven't been through the process. So a lot of times they need accountability partner, they need a little bit of encouragement, a little bit of the push to help them alongside the process. Number one, challenge the mindset. Number two thing that I do is kind of the document intake. Document intake process, someone that is my client, or if you're thinking about, being my client, which I know that you are, you pretty much need your ID. You will pretty much need your social security card, your ID, and also 2 copies of recent billing within the last 60 days. So that is the intake process. Third process is pretty much our disputing process. The disputing process, and this is what I actually pride my program on. Part of my program of having my disputes in a 3-part process. Number one, disputing. Number two, credit education. Okay, long after you finish my program, you are equipped with the knowledge and the tools to say, okay, I've been invested in my credit. I'm well knowledgeable. Now I know about everything from credit usage to like inquiries to the whole gambit. Second part of my program. And then the third part of my program is credit building. So that's the third part of my program. And then the last part of my program is me kind of like, oh my God, they graduated from my program. I'm kind of missing them, but I'm sending them off to you, Tila.
Right. That's the goal. So you guys
Yeah.
learn
I
it.
can't keep them forever as my extended family. I gotta send them off at some point.
But you know what? Sometimes I have to start the process and send them to you first. So sometimes my clients get to you and sometimes your clients get to me. So it's like vice versa.
It is vice versa.
So thank you, Yardyn, for telling us about your business and what you do. So I guess it's my turn.
Yes.
I'm Brown, the Model Realtor. And the word model comes from because I'm also a freelance model. And I've been modeling since I'll say 6 years ago. I won't tell you how, y'all might know how old I am. But 6 years ago, And also the word model is something to attain to, something to aspire to be
Yes.
standard. So the word model
Yes.
has like a double connotation. I am a model, but I also aspire to set the standard for realtors and how they do business with their clients. I was a retail store manager for 20 years. And I plan to not go back to that job after COVID because my real estate business is taking off. And that was something that I put in my goal, is to kind
Yes.
of work myself out of retail. And then God gave me COVID. So I'm going to ride with it. So I'm not going to go back. So we're just going to throw that in the atmosphere. um, about a year ago, I helped my husband and I buy our first home. And I was able to kind of walk us through the entire process without being the realtor and serving the paperwork portion of it. We tried to buy our home for 5 years. 3 times we tried to buy. The first time I lost
Mm.
my home. I lost my job. The second time he lost his job. And you can't get a home if you don't have a job or any money. So we started and start and stop. So I learned so much in those 2 processes that when it got to the third time, I kind of took over and I was like, I can do this. And
Yes.
we essentially got our home. And then my husband 10 years ago did tell me that I should have been a realtor. And even the realtor we were working with told me I should have been a realtor, but it
Mm.
wasn't where my head was at the time. But I am a member of the Bex Group. We are a group of realtors. We're a team, and I service the greater Baltimore area. So I have all the Baltimore clients and some of the surrounding area clients as well. And I have a financial services business with my husband. So that allows me to give my clients insight about finances and how things work on the other side of the transaction. So I'm able to just give my clients a wealth of knowledge when it comes to the home buying process.
So you said you are associated with the Bex Group. See,
Mhm.
some of our listeners are not going to know what realty association that is with.
So we're with Long and Foster. Thank you, Yardyn. So it was started by an awesome team. It's a husband and wife team, and then they started to bring other realtors onto the team and teach them the ropes and give them everything that they need to start their own business. So that's essentially why I joined the Bex Group, and I absolutely love them. They're like a second family, and I wouldn't be able to be in the position in real estate that I am right now if I didn't have them. So I have myself and I have my team who's been doing it combined years 50, if you add all their years of experience together. So I have a whole team behind me. And my why is because I understand the process of becoming a homeowner. I used to be a renter. I understand the renter's mindset. My husband and I, we paid our landlord about $150,000 over
Yikes.
9 years
Yikes.
to rent his property. So when we did that calculation, we was like, hold up, wait a minute. That's way too much money to be given to someone else when we can use that money to work for our family. And that was the kicker,
Premise.
where we were just like,
Yes.
get over the fear of not being able to buy 2 other times. Like, let's make this happen. We can do this. We have a plan, and we're just going to go after it because we can't afford to give an, another dollar to a person and build
Mm.
their empire when you could be building your own, because owning a home creates wealth for your family as well. And I don't think a lot of people understand that. So,
Listening to your story, I'm hearing a lot of motivation,
mhm.
drive, ambition. I'm hearing a lot of tenacity. And that speaks to a person that I will want to be my realtor, because it's such a passion that I hear you speaking about, and it's such a driven to what I foresee for my family, and making those things come alive from merely a thought to an actual vision, to your actual state of being of what your reality is now. So
Mhm.
those are some great qualities that I want to commend you for having.
Oh,
And I definitely know that you will be a great service to my clients and myself alike.
And you too. And that's when we first met and we began to have the relationship and talking back and forth about how our two businesses could come together and service, our community. I saw that you were very passionate as well. You were very thorough and you were educated. So I knew that in helping my clients that you will be able to educate them along the way. Is because that's something that I do for my clients. I educate them along the way, tell them why we're doing what we're doing so that they can understand the full scope of it to make the best decision for them possible, because we're here to help them. We're not here to make the decisions for them, but we're here to give them all the knowledge that they need to make the best decision for their family. And I know that you would do that for my clients as well.
Thank you. I do a lot for my clients. I go above and beyond for my
Mm-hmm.
clients because I treat their credit as if it was mine. I treat
Mm-hmm.
their monies as if it was mine. So that's something that we both share in common and alike, that we're so passionate about our clients and making those decisions with, number one, integrity.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we're really, really big on integrity. We're really big on, timeliness. We're really, really big on being thorough. Like, those are great qualities that you would love to have in any kind of partnership, in any kind of client, business relationship. So I'm glad that that's what we have in common and alike.
Great. So hopefully our clients can see that we have created such a bond that when we pass you from one to the other, that you will understand that we have taken the time to bring the best people aboard
Yes.
to have resources to service our clients, because we do know that in order for us to help our clients with our goals, that we need to bring in other people to make that happen as well.
Absolutely.
So,
So,
oh,
okay. You want to go, Tila?
no, you're
Or do you want me
fine.
to go? Okay. So in the meantime, we would like you to begin to form any questions that you have. Before our live comes to an end, any questions you have, whether it be real estate related or credit score related, we would love to answer any questions that you have. And right now, my partner Tila is going to tell you how the real estate market has changed from previously COVID-19 to what it is now.
Okay. So I see a lot of things on Facebook saying that the housing market is going to crash, and that homes are going to be like $7.99. I wish, because I would buy like a whole bunch of them. But I'm sorry. I'm sorry to tell you that that's just not going to happen this time. COVID it was started with it's a disease. It's a virus that is going around. So it's affecting the housing market, but the housing market is not the cause of what's happening now. So what happened in 2008 with the housing bubble, that was real estate. It was our fault. We did it. So housing was just like terrible. But now I believe that the housing market is going to save the economy, because it's
Mm-hmm.
going to be able, we are still doing deals. Last week, actually, in Baltimore City, there were 218 homes that went active, and 180 of those homes went to contract. So people are still out buying and selling houses. It just might not look like it in the media. It might look different in different markets, because in Pennsylvania, they can't do anything. Like, they just have to sit home and just like watch real estate happen around them. But here in Maryland, we can do a little different things. And some of those things are, we can do showings. But in vacant properties, you can go and do social distancing showing. So you say you're 6 feet apart, you wear your PPE gear, and you view the home. If the home is occupied, they have something called a virtual showing, where it's kind of like Google Street View, where you see the pictures and you can kind of click around to see the house. And it's all done virtually on computer. Also, we are doing closings where it's remote, where you get to sign your paperwork in different parts of the office where no one's in the same room as the same person. So there's a lot of things going on and a lot of things that have changed in real estate to keep it going. So it's still going on. Sorry, guys, there will be no 799 houses. The prices are still kind of stable. So I wish, and when I find out when the 799 houses become available, if ever, I'll be sure to let you know. Is there anything happening different in credit right now, Yardyn?
See, you know what? I wanted you to touch on one more thing.
Okay.
If you can help paint the picture credit school wise, because I think that's something that our listeners and our audiences want to know, like the criteria post-COVID, pre-COVID, and post-COVID.
So pre-COVID, it was a little less lenient. Right now, the credit scores are a little tighter because there's more that you have to do to be qualified to get a home. So they're looking for a little more paperwork, making sure that you have an income coming, make sure that you still have a job. And they're going to definitely be checking your credit score to make sure that when they give you the money to lend you the money to buy your home, that you're actually going to be able to pay it back. So if you could talk a little bit more about the credit portion. I do know that 640 was kind of a good score before COVID, but that score is rising because they're looking for a little more security when they're lending the money.
So what would you like me to touch on specifically?
So let's talk about what you've seen, if you've seen anything or heard anything when it comes to credit before COVID or after. So is the criteria for you different that you need for your clients, or you directing them in a different way to make sure that they get the credit score that they need because it has to be a little higher? So what are some of the things you're doing in that way?
So some of the things that I'm doing with my clients to ensure that they get the proper credit score is just not really just disputing items. You have some businesses and that's their model and that's what they decide to do. But with my company, Credit Affairs, you can dispute all day, and that doesn't necessarily just change your score. I'm really big on credit education, which I kept in before, the learning process, credit utilization, pretty much limiting your inquiries, keeping credit monitoring going on so we can see possibly right now. This is a big one because right now, in the midst of COVID-19, in the midst of people's finances being a little more stringent, identity theft has been a big thing. So sometimes people's identity and everything is a little compromised. So we want to make sure you are guarded and we want to make sure you're protected in that area so it doesn't delay or extend your home ownership process. That's another portion of my program. And then another portion of my program is actually building healthy lines of credit. So by the by doing everything in totality, then you have a complete program that is vested in you maximizing your credit score and kind of getting you to completion with your goal, whether it be a mix of a plethora of things.
Right. Okay, so now I think we can get down a little more to the nitty-gritty. Actually, about what do we do when it's time for a client to say, hey, I'm ready to work with you. So walk us through how you service your client from like beginning all the way through to the end.
I think I kind of touched on
You
that.
did touch on that a little bit earlier. So if there's anything else that you want to add, I think that now might be a good time.
Well, what I really, really, really want to add is that, okay, the process is one thing, but we are really, really great on transitioning our clients through the process. The process is one thing, and the system that we have is another great thing. So I just want to add that type of value statement for our partnership and that we transition our clients through the process.
Right. So I guess we should talk about mindset. If we could go back to mindset, I know you touched a little bit about it earlier, but that I believe that is the main hurdle in any type of a goal.
Mm-hmm.
So what kind of things are you seeing in credit where people might not be fully invested in making sure that when they start, they don't stop? Because we know that some things do happen when we are working through something and we want to attain a goal. So, like, what's some things that you're seeing, and what is some advice that you could possibly give when they begin to work with you in the credit industry?
So whenever people come to me, they initially have a goal in mind.
Mm-hmm.
Their goals vary from home ownership, um, personal funding, vehicles, whatever they choose and desire for their goal. If there is any hassle or if there's any indecisiveness, what I like to do is bring people right back to the goal and why you started, because that's their why.
Mm-hmm.
My why might not get them to the finish line, but if I know that they are providing for their family and they're providing for your children, then you bring them back here. When you started my program, you were so big invested in, getting this home for your family, for your children, the type of lifestyle that you wanted to have, let's get you there, because that will be a very great benefit for your children. So whatever their why is, we are fully aware of it. Each one of us are fully aware of it, and we kind of bring it back to the forefront. And that, my friend, it really is the lightning bolt for them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you were right. I think I'm
Yeah.
a mosey on back in on that. Well, yeah, you were right. So I'm gonna.
Yeah.
It kind of lights the fire underneath their behinds.
Gotcha. I understand. I can see that too. What I'm seeing in real estate is because people have rented for so long, and possibly there's not even another owner in their family. So, like, the entire family is renting. So, I think that you just have to understand and you have to know that you are worthy of,
Mm.
like, you're worthy of owning a home. Just because maybe no one else in your family hasn't taken the steps to get a home, it doesn't mean that you won't. So you have to really put yourself in the mindset that you deserve better. And if a home is what you want, a home is what you shall have. And it wasn't until Mike and I understood that because a lot of people in our family hadn't owned homes. So we had to really say, well, is this what we want for our life? And we're going to go after it no matter what. And you hear horror stories about everything that happens when it comes to home ownership. Yes, it happens, but it might not happen as bad when it comes to you. Or if you align yourself with people who give you the knowledge, you'll know how to work yourself through those tests when they come. And it's a thorough, rewarding process to owning a home. I did read a
Mm.
blog where it says it takes 14 steps to get to the end of the process. It's lengthy, but it's thorough, because this is going to be the biggest purchase that you'll probably ever make in your life. So you
Yes.
definitely want to take your time and go through all the steps to make sure that you hit every piece of it. And it'll be so rewarding at the end, because you'll look up and you've obtained a goal that you probably had for a really, really long time, and you were able to get it done.
Hmm. Yes, I appreciate that. I really. Tina, do we have any questions?
We do. We have one from Kevin. Hi, Kevin. That's my
Hey,
brother.
Kevin.
Hi, brother. So he says, have the credit scores changed when dealing with VA loans?
So, credit scores have changed in general across the board, period. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, you've seen the news in the news with JP Morgan and Chase, they are having their credit scores be somewhere around 700. So, in general, all across the board, the criteria and the standard has changed as far as home ownership. I've seen credit scores have to be somewhere around 640, 660 to kind of get you in the door. And previously, Tito, they were around 620.
Mm-hmm.
So all across the board, all the criteria has changed. It's become less lax and way more stringent. So
Mm-hmm.
what got you qualified before,
Mm-hmm.
you got to do a little bit more work and a little bit more of a little bit of everything to get in the door from, this point forward. But it's
Mm-hmm.
not such a bad thing to get an even better credit score, though.
Right, because the higher your credit score, essentially the lower your interest rate. So
Yes.
if you guys know anything about interest rates can essentially have you buy two homes for one. Um,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and that's how the bank makes their money, by the interest rate. So the higher
And
the credit score, essentially the lower the interest rate will be.
And the lower your interest rate is, the more of a value of a home you can buy. So
Bye.
just
Absolutely.
really pretty much, the better your credit score is, the more bang you can get for your buck.
Mm-hmm.
Versus if your credit score wasn't all that great and you were maybe walking in the door with that 620 credit score, your credit score is 680. If your credit score is 700, like, you are getting more value in terms of the home that you're able to purchase, because less of your money is going to the interest of the home.
Right. And because I have the background in financial services, I'm able to assist my client with getting to, once they purchase their home and we find out what home is for them, and they get the rate, I can show them how to pay down their home, so that if they get a 30-year mortgage, they won't spend the entire 30 years paying off their home. So that's just the extra that comes with me, is that I'm able to teach my clients the financial side of it, so that we're not giving away all of our money to other institutions. We can kind of keep it in house. And that's very, very, very important, especially at this time when things are changing and a lot of our finances are changing. We have to do things a little differently. So,
Yeah, we have to do things a little more better. It's a better system in a better
yeah,
way.
I'll
Mhm.
say more knowledgeable, because the more knowledge
Hmm.
you have, you'll be able to make better decisions for your money. We
Hmm.
give a lot of our money away all the time.
Yeah, I can
Look at this,
attest to
look
that.
at this
I think
room.
that's the
You
perfect.
see it? Look at this. Just take my money. Here, take my shoes. I'll buy some
Well, if
shoes.
you
Take my
spending
money.
it on yourself, I don't know about that. If you spending it on yourself,
Yeah. If
mm,
I could have done some things a little differently back in the day, but you know better, you do better. But I love it still. So
well, I'm coming over there and I'm gonna be in that dress.
come on, let's have a party. Um, so at this point, we don't have any more questions. Does anyone have any questions before we kind of close out, or any comments about the information that you guys have heard from us today? I will say that I do have a blog on my Facebook page. It's called
Mm-hmm.
14 Steps to Buying a Home. And if you take a look at it, it goes through the 14 steps. And I also have a key when you will have to pay your monies, like maybe the earnest money deposit or pay for the inspection. And then I also have the different parts of the process that we'll go through where there may be a hurdle, which means that if we make an offer on your home, and then the seller comes back with a counter offer, then we might have to, talk about some things and negotiate. So that could be a hurdle sometimes. So just take a look at it. Tell me what you think. And Yardyn, do you have anything else?
No, I'm just gonna pretty much close out.
Okay.
I thank everyone for watching. If you're watching this on Facebook, my name is Yardyn Graham. You can connect with me. You can send me a friend request. We can keep in touch with one another. If you're also watching and you're a part of my audience, this is my partner. Her name is Tila Brown. So you can also connect with us, both of us, and we will definitely get you to the finish line and help you obtain your goals together.
So look who's here.
So tell us who that is.
This is Emmy. This is his room too. He's always like, I can't come in here by myself. Look at him.
Hi,
Hi,
Emmy.
Emmy. Hey.
Emmy has
Um,
style.
Emmy is a model. I have pictures of us when we do our little model sets together. I'll
Mhm.
post more of them, but all right. So how can they contact you? What's your telephone number where they can give you a call?
You can contact me on social media, which is Facebook. You can also contact me by calling my business line, which is 410-645-0161. How can everyone contact you? I like to call you real estate extraordinaire. That's what
Oh, thank
I
you.
put that in there. That's what I personally like to call you, Missy.
Tila B, the model realtor extraordinaire.
I like how you put that in there. You're so smooth. Look at you. Yes.
I try. So you can give me a call at 443-722-7107. Or you can email me at Tila.Brown. That's TEELA.Brown at longandfoster.com or brownlove.enterprise@gmail.com. Either one is fine.
All righty. So, guys, we are going to close out now. We're going to say bye to everyone. Bye, everyone. I hope you enjoyed the broadcast, guys. Bye. Bye, Emmy.
Bye, Yardyn.
Bye. Later.
Bye. See you later. Thank you.